a global resistance movement. The global resistance movement has a history longer than mankind. Fundamentally, it is based on life itself. Our mind is a simple word processor used to manage information. That is, all information is derived from binary recursion in the perceptible and the intelligible. You can say that physical word processing has evolved with human intelligence, the ability to take advantage of simple binary recursion. From spraying dust to draw a hand, to using sticks to write indent or send, to the typewriter, then to the electric typewriter called a computer. Pure binary recursion, added to the ability to perform basic operations upon binary words, produces the calculator. Add more operations that it can perform, like video and audio, which are complex expansions of binary. We have the basic computer. Every computer today can use a common grammar word processor, an arithmetic word processor, an algebraic word processor, and a geometric word processor, the four fundamental word processors our history has depended on. No word processor ever processed its own words. They each have their limitations, but ultimately, there has to be a monkey with a stick, or monkey at a keyboard. By biological fact, our life depends on word processing for survival, and that is why the only thing the movement has to do is to get it passed into law that a functional computer is designed for binary recursion, and that any circumvention of that fact for the control over the population is illegal. That behavior is designed to circumvent human agreement, even on how to be governed. In other words, the attempt to make socially agreed upon government invalid, and the punishment for that illegal activity will be proportional to its implementation. AI as used today is treason. A very simple, clear statement of fact is all that is required. As corporations are hell-bent on taking the P out of PC, we have to put the P back into it by law. No corporation, no government can use AI to circumvent the power of speech. That has to become law. It is a biological imperative common to all mankind. That is not a simple task, because sociopaths have always used words to circumvent social agreements. What is required is a grassroots movement around the whole globe. Your world needs you. Now, I am old, hardly known by anyone, but I have made this movement my life's goal. My work toward that end is under PHIL 8659 on the Internet Archive. Not having any personal support, I asked AI itself how such a movement could be accomplished, and here is that conversation.
Access free ChatGPT instantly through our OpenAI API-powered interface. We've made ChatGPT's powerful AI capabilities freely available to everyone, with no registration required and no usage limits. Unlimited messages View details. Official unlimited large context ChatGPT OpenAI unmodified image input coding creative writing.
Question. Can a citizen of the United States introduce a bill into Congress?
No, a citizen of the United States cannot directly introduce a bill into Congress. Only members of Congress, either representatives in the House of Representatives or senators, have the authority to introduce legislation. However, citizens can influence the legislative process by contacting their elected representatives, advocating for specific issues, or encouraging representatives to introduce a bill on their behalf. Additionally, citizens can engage in lobbying efforts, participate in public hearings, and organize grassroots movements to support their legislative goals.
So, can you outline the process for a citizen to get a bill passed in Congress?
Certainly. While a citizen cannot introduce legislation directly, they can play an important role in the process of getting a bill passed in Congress through advocacy and collaboration. Here's a step-by-step outline of how this process typically works. Step 1. Identify the issue, research the topic, understand the issue you care about, and gather facts, statistics, and potential solutions. Define your goals. Be clear about what you want to achieve with the legislation. Step 2. Draft the proposal. Write a draft. Create a draft of the proposed legislation. This can be done with the help of knowledgeable individuals, such as lawyers, policy experts, or advocacy groups. Step 3. Find a congressional sponsor. Identify allies in Congress. Research which members of Congress support the issue you're interested in. Look for representatives or senators with a history of advocating for similar issues. Meet with representatives. Arrange meetings with lawmakers' offices to discuss your proposal. Be prepared to explain the importance of the issue and how your proposed legislation could address it. Secure a sponsor. Encourage a member of Congress to sponsor your bill. This is crucial, as only they have the authority to introduce it in Congress. Step 4. Build support. Engage stakeholders. Educate and mobilize individuals, organizations, and advocacy groups that support your cause. Lobbying. Encourage supporters to contact their representatives to express support for the proposal. Public awareness. Use social media, newsletters, and public events to raise awareness about the issue and gather broader public support. Step 5. Introducing the bill. Bill introduction. Once a member of Congress agrees to sponsor the bill, they will officially introduce it in either the House or the Senate. Bill number assigned. The bill is assigned a number and referred to the appropriate committee for review. Step 6. Committee review. Committee hearings. The committee will hold hearings to discuss the bill. This may include testimony from experts, advocates, and opponents. Committee markup. The committee may make amendments to the bill before voting on whether to send it to the full chamber. Step 7. Floor debate and voting. Scheduling debate. If the committee approves the bill, it will be scheduled for debate in the House or the Senate. Debate. Members of Congress will debate the merits of the bill and propose additional amendments. Voting. A vote is held, and if the bill passes by a majority, it moves to the other chamber, House or Senate, for consideration. Step 8. Consideration in the other chamber. Repeat process. The bill goes through a similar process in the other chamber, where it may be amended or voted on. Conference committee. If both chambers pass different versions of the bill, a conference committee may convene to reconcile differences and agree on a final version. Step 9. Final approval. Final vote. The reconciled bill is sent back to both chambers for a final vote. Presidential approval. If both chambers pass the final version, the bill is sent to the President for signature or veto. Step 10. Implementation. Be proactive. After a bill is signed into law, continue to advocate for its implementation and monitor its effectiveness. By following these steps and actively engaging with members of Congress and other stakeholders, citizens can effectively participate in the legislative process and work toward getting a bill passed.
Embellish all this for me, assume the fact I am simple.
Certainly. Below is an embellished and simplified version of the process for a citizen to help get a bill passed in Congress, presented in a more engaging and easy-to-understand way. How a citizen can help get a bill passed in Congress. A simple guide. Have you ever had a great idea that could make the world a better place? Maybe you want to change a law or introduce a new one. While you can't directly write a bill and hand it to Congress, there are many ways you can turn your idea into reality. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you navigate the process. Step 1. Discover your passion. Think about the issue. Start by asking yourself, what change do I want to see in my community or country? Whether it's environmental issues, education reform, healthcare, or social justice, finding a topic that excites you is the first step. Get curious. Research your issue. Look for information, statistics, and stories that show why this change is important. Knowledge is power. Step 2. Create a vision. Draft your idea. Imagine what a solution would look like. Write down your proposal in simple terms. Don't worry about being perfect. Just get your thoughts on paper. Clarify your goals. What exactly do you want to achieve? Be specific about how your proposed bill could address the issue. Step 3. Seek a congressional champion. Identify potential supporters. Check which members of Congress care about your issue. Do they have a history of supporting similar causes? This can be a senator or a representative. Reach out. Call or email their office to set up a meeting. Be polite and express your enthusiasm for your cause. Prepare to share your proposal and why it's vital. Find a sponsor. Your goal here is to find a member of Congress willing to introduce your bill. This person becomes your champion in Congress. Step 4. Rally the troops. Build a support network. Engage your friends, family, and community. Share your passion and encourage them to support your cause. Lobby for change. Encourage your supporters to write letters, make phone calls, or meet with their own representatives. The more voices, the better. Spread the word. Use social media platforms, community events, and local media to raise awareness. A large public presence can catch the attention of lawmakers. Step 5. Introducing your bill. Official introduction. Once your congressional sponsor is ready, they will officially introduce your bill in either the House of Representatives or the Senate. A number will be assigned to it, which helps keep track of its progress. Committee time. The bill is referred to the relevant committee, where it will be discussed in detail. Step 6. Engaging committee review. Attend hearings. Committees hold hearings where they discuss the bill. This is your chance to provide input, share stories, and show why the bill matters. Make improvements. Committee members might suggest changes, amendments, to improve the bill. Your advocacy can play a role in these discussions. Step 7. Floor debate and voting. Debate time. If the committee approves your bill, it moves to the full chamber, House or Senate, for a debate. Members can discuss its pros and cons. Let's vote. After the debate, a vote is taken. If a majority agrees, the bill moves on to the other chamber. Step 8. Crossing the aisle. Repeat the process. The bill must go through a similar review in the other chamber. If they pass a different version, a conference committee will reconcile differences. Think of it as a friendly negotiation. Step 9. Final approval. Last votes. The agreed-upon bill is sent back to both chambers for a final vote. If it passes, it's one step closer to becoming law. Presidential signature. The bill then lands on the president's desk. Fingers crossed. If they sign it, your bill becomes law. Step 10. Celebrate and monitor. Celebrate the victory. If your bill becomes law, celebrate the collective effort that made it happen. Stay engaged. Keep advocating for the implementation of the law and monitor its impact. Change is an ongoing journey. By taking these steps, you can be an active participant in the democratic process, helping to turn your ideas into reality. Remember, every great change starts with an individual's passion and a desire to make a difference. Your voice matters.
That is the AI response. Now, by AI outline, I pretty much done the simplified part, which I seem to have spent over 40 years getting the vision of human freedom down on paper. Now, at my age, with my conditions, walking itself is sometimes a chore. Somehow, I have to pass that vision on to a younger generation, with lots of energy. I do not ask for donations to support me. That is just plain egocentric. Your donations are your will to make the world as it should be. Everything I post is for free worldwide download and aimed at taking the world back to health. I did the simple part. The hard part I can no longer do. In metaphor, even the spirit of truth has to fight with these two double-edged swords, the simple parts of speech. Now, if we can get this passed, we can take possession of all those billion-dollar data centers and repurpose them to help to do our biologically defined job.
False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the mind with evil. Phaedo by Plato,